Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mr. O again, back here to do a reading for the third PowerPoint, the Old Kingdom. For those of you that are stuck at home or just want a little more review. The learning target today is students will describe Egypt's two major kingdoms, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt, were combined into one. The video you see right here is our music parody by Maroon 5. It'll make a lot more sense today when you get done and watch it, if you watch it before and watch it after, because you're going to find out a little bit about Menes or Nama, which are believed to be the same person. Khufu, you're going to hear about him today. There's a joke about him in the video, and you'll hear a line about the double crown. So the video should make more humor to you as time goes on, as the information becomes more relevant to you as you've learned more and more. Okay, now Egypt was really broken down into different kingdoms: Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom. We're talking about the Old Kingdom today. Okay, you see here we have a video in the corner about Menes up here. If you want to click on that one, watch that. And the quote is, "I may rule Egypt, but I'm not called a pharaoh. That comes much later. I'm considered to be a god, and I'm also the Egypt's highest religious leader." Uh, he was actually believed to be the first kind of human ruler of Egypt. He was supposed to have inherited this land from their god Horus. So, around 3200 BC, Upper and Lower Egypt were united by Menes, the founder of the first dynasty. Definition: a dynasty is a family of rulers where the right to rule passes within the family from generation to generation. Menes established this capital at Memphis. There's also Memphis in Tennessee, where Mr. O is from, I've told you, from Tennessee. This was put in the middle because as we said, he combined lower and upper, so he ruled from the middle. Around 3100 BC, two kingdoms became one. Credit for this goes to Narmer, also known as Menes. As king of Upper Egypt, he led his armies north and took control of Lower Egypt. And that's highlighted. Narmer ruled from Memphis, a city he built on the border between the two kingdoms. To symbolize the kingdom's unity, Narmer wore a double crown. A helmet-like white crown represented Upper Egypt, and the open red crown represented Lower Egypt. And you're going to see an example of this in the next slide. We have a video here for you to watch about Narmer. A very entertaining video. Please watch this video. Here's an example of the crown. You see the red crown and the white crown combined into one, signifying he ruled both upper and lower. Around 2680 BC, the period known as the Old Kingdom began in Egypt. The Old Kingdom lasted until about 2180 BC, so about 500 years. Excuse me. During those years, Egypt grew and prospered. The Egyptians built cities and expanded trade, and their king set up a strong government. As we mentioned in the last section, there was not a lot of outside influence at this time on Egypt. There were some invaders, but the area was very well protected. Now, Menes ruled it all. The Egyptian kings or pharaohs, as they were called, lived with their families in grand palaces. In fact, the word pharaoh originally meant great house. So there's your definition. Egyptian kings were called pharaohs. Okay, very important slide. The pharaoh had four significant powers. Number one, the word of the pharaoh was law, with his order obeyed without question. Number two, pharaohs were often commanders of Egypt's military and often went into battle with their soldiers. This is somewhat unique. We see many of our commanders and leaders today do not go into immediate battle with the troops for risk of being killed, and then the army would have no leadership. So they went into battle. Three, pharaohs were in charge of appointing judges to punish lawbreakers. They also appointed legal governors, local governors, to run cities or regions. Much like our president appoints cabinet members and people to positions of power in our country. Four, pharaohs could collect taxes, which would help to pay for government workers and project buildings, much as we do today. Our taxes build our schools, build our roads, pay our teachers, police officers. They pay our firemen. So he had similar powers, very powerful individual. So there's four distinct powers for your notes. Pharaohs appointed many officials to make sure that one, irrigation canals and grain storehouses were built and repaired, that crops were planted as Pharaoh directed, and they controlled trade and collected tax payment of grains from farmers. So local officials were very hands-on. They made sure the wishes of the Pharaoh were followed. Okay. Okay, the Old Kingdom. Now we have a few additional links here. We have a pyramid link, another step pyramid link, and King Khufu, who built the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx. So make sure you check out those links. About 2680 to 180 BC, about those 500 years, King Dozier commissioned the step pyramid. We highlight this one. King Khufu commissioned the Great Pyramid of Giza. King Khafre commissioned the second largest pyramid at Giza and the Great Sphinx. King Pepi II was the last king. After his death, the kingdom fell apart and was divided into smaller sections. Okay. All right, that's our last slide. So keep your notes, keep these tucked in your social studies notebooks or folders. Put those with the maps we've given you and the notes you've took from the first two slides. Because remember, we'll also provide you a review sheet the 2 days before our test. And this information you will be allowed to use during the test. So best of luck. Have a wonderful day, guys. Reach out to me, Mr. Lockett, or Miss Carol if you have any questions. And eventually, he'll let me escape this video. Have a wonderful day.